Have you ever wondered if your daily cup of coffee is doing wonders for your health or secretly harming it? Most of us enjoy coffee for its energizing kick and comforting aroma, but the truth is, how you drink your coffee could make all the difference when it comes to your well-being. What if the way you're brewing it, the ingredients you add, or even the time of day you're drinking it is unintentionally sabotaging your health? In this video, we're diving deep into the surprising truths about coffee. From protecting your brain against Alzheimer's and Parkinson's to drastically reducing the risk of liver disease, we'll uncover the secrets behind your favorite drink. But here's the catch. Many people unknowingly make simple mistakes that could cancel out all the health benefits coffee has to offer. Stick with us until the end to discover how you can turn your daily coffee into a powerful ally for your mind, body, and longevity. Whether you're making small adjustments to how you drink it or learning new ways to enhance its benefits, this video is packed with essential tips that every coffee lover should know. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more valuable health tips. Plus, if you're enjoying the video, give it a like and share it with your fellow coffee lovers. Now, let's dive into the powerful benefits of your favorite drink. 1. The secret to protecting your brain against Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. When we think about the health benefits of coffee, one of the most surprising and powerful advantages is its ability to protect the brain. Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease are two of the most devastating neurodegenerative conditions that can affect us as we age, leading to the gradual loss of memory, cognitive function, and motor skills. Watching loved ones succumb to these diseases can be incredibly painful, as these conditions not only affect the person suffering but also their family and friends. But here's the good news. Coffee could actually play a significant role in helping protect the brain from these diseases. Alzheimer's disease is the leading cause of dementia, and Parkinson's disease is a progressive disorder that affects movement and coordination. Both of these conditions have become more common as the global population ages, and the fear of developing them looms over many of us. But research suggests that regular coffee consumption can drastically reduce the risk of developing these diseases. This isn't just speculation. Studies have shown that coffee drinkers are far less likely to suffer from these debilitating diseases compared to those who don't drink coffee regularly. So, how exactly does coffee protect the brain? The answer lies in one of its most well-known components: caffeine. This magical compound doesn't just wake you up in the morning. It may also be playing a protective role for your brain. Studies have shown that caffeine can help protect brain cells by preventing the buildup of harmful proteins that contribute to the development of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. In particular, caffeine can block adenosine receptors in the brain, which play a role in the formation of plaques associated with Alzheimer's. By doing so, caffeine may help slow the progression of these diseases or even prevent them in the first place. Additionally, caffeine has antioxidant properties that protect neurons from damage caused by free radicals, which are harmful molecules that can accelerate the aging process and contribute to neurodegenerative diseases. It's like having a shield that helps protect your brain cells from the constant wear and tear caused by everyday life. And here's where it gets even more exciting. The more coffee you drink, within healthy, moderate limits, the greater the protection you receive. In fact, studies suggest that people who consume coffee regularly are at a much lower risk of developing Alzheimer's disease, by as much as 65%. And for Parkinson's disease, research indicates that coffee drinkers have a reduced risk of developing the condition by anywhere from 32% to 60%. This isn't a small difference. It's a significant reduction in the chances of facing these debilitating diseases. What's even more comforting is that these benefits come from something as simple as your daily cup of coffee. It doesn't take a special medication or complicated routine to reap the benefits. Just a regular cup of coffee can help keep your brain healthy and protect you from neurodegenerative diseases. For those who enjoy their coffee, it can offer peace of mind, knowing that a simple, enjoyable habit may help shield them from the terrifying prospect of losing their memory or motor skills as they age. It's one of those rare moments in life when something so simple can also be incredibly powerful. For those of us who want to preserve our cognitive function and mental clarity for as long as possible, incorporating coffee into your daily routine may be one of the easiest and most effective things you can do. It's a small habit that may have a profound impact on your long-term health. In a world where we're constantly looking for ways to improve our health and extend our lives, coffee has become more than just a delicious drink. It's a small investment in your future. So, the next time you take a sip of your coffee, remember that you may be doing your brain a favor, giving it the protection it needs to stay sharp, clear, and resilient for years to come. 2. Drastically reduce the risk of liver disease. When we think about our health, we often focus on the things we need to avoid: junk food, lack of exercise, stress. But have you ever thought about how something as simple as your daily cup of coffee might actually be helping protect you from certain diseases? Specifically, liver disease. Now, I know what you're thinking: coffee, liver protection? It doesn't sound like something you hear every day, but there's real science behind it. Studies have shown that coffee has a protective effect on the liver, and this is especially important as we get older. The liver plays a crucial role in detoxifying the body, and as we age, its function can sometimes decline. That's why keeping it healthy is so important. Coffee contains compounds that help reduce the risk of liver diseases like cirrhosis and even liver cancer. One of the key reasons for this is the antioxidants found in coffee. These antioxidants help reduce inflammation and prevent the buildup of fat in the liver. They essentially keep the liver cells healthy and functioning well. Now, I don't know about you, but when I first heard this, it completely changed the way I thought about coffee. I've always loved the warmth and comfort of that first cup in the morning, but knowing it's helping my liver, that adds a whole new layer of appreciation. So, next time you're sipping on that cup, remember, it's doing more than just waking you up. It's actively supporting your body. But here's the catch: it's important not to overdo it. Too much coffee can have the opposite effect, and moderation is key. But just 1 or 2 cups a day can drastically reduce the risk of liver disease. That's a pretty good reason to keep coffee in your daily routine, wouldn't you say? It's not just about the caffeine boost. It's about the deeper health benefits that we often overlook. So, if you've been feeling unsure about how much coffee you should drink, or whether it's really helping your health in the long run, rest assured that it's more than just a comfort drink. It's something that can help safeguard your liver as you grow older. 3. Discover how coffee can keep away type 2 diabetes. You may not realize it, but your daily cup of coffee can play a surprisingly important role in preventing type 2 diabetes, a condition that becomes more common as we age. It's not just about the boost of energy that we get from coffee. It turns out that this beloved beverage can help improve our body's ability to manage blood sugar levels, making it a powerful ally in the fight against diabetes. Research has shown that coffee, especially when consumed in moderation, can actually lower the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. This is because coffee contains compounds that help regulate insulin sensitivity. Insulin is the hormone responsible for controlling blood sugar levels, and if our bodies become resistant to it, that's when problems like type 2 diabetes can arise. But here's the important part: coffee has been shown to enhance our body's response to insulin, which means it helps prevent that blood sugar spike that often leads to long-term health issues. So, when you have your morning cup, you're not just satisfying your craving for that rich, bold flavor. You're also taking steps to protect your health in the long run. Now, I know many of us have been told that coffee isn't the healthiest choice because of its caffeine content, but studies suggest that regular coffee drinkers have a lower risk of developing diabetes compared to non-coffee drinkers. Even if you're someone who's worried about sugar in coffee, black coffee or coffee with little to no sugar still provides these health benefits. Of course, it's not a cure-all. Drinking coffee alone won't keep you completely safe from diabetes. It's still important to maintain a healthy lifestyle, eat balanced meals, exercise regularly, and manage stress. But the good news is, when incorporated into a healthy routine, coffee can certainly help tilt the scale in your favor when it comes to blood sugar management. And let's not forget about the taste. You're drinking something that's not only delicious but also working to protect your body from a disease that can affect your quality of life as you get older. That alone makes coffee feel a little more special, don't you think? So, next time you're sipping your morning coffee, remember that it's not just a pick-me-up. It's also a small but meaningful step in protecting yourself from type 2 diabetes. It's another reason to cherish that cup of coffee. It's doing more for you than you might have ever realized. 4. The drink that helps in the fight against depression. As we age, life can bring its challenges, and sometimes It feels like we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. It's no secret that many older adults experience periods of sadness or depression, and sometimes it's hard to shake those feelings. But did you know that something as simple as your morning cup of coffee can actually play a part in lifting your spirits and helping to combat depression? You see, coffee is not just about waking up and feeling energized. It's a drink that has a profound impact on your brain chemistry. It contains compounds that can boost your mood by increasing the production of neurotransmitters, like serotonin and dopamine, which are responsible for making us feel happy and content. In fact, studies have shown that coffee drinkers are less likely to suffer from depression compared to those who don't drink coffee. It's almost as if your cup of coffee is giving you a little extra emotional support, helping you to cope with the ups and downs that life throws at you. The caffeine in coffee stimulates the central nervous system, giving you a sense of alertness and focus, but it also helps to fight the fatigue and mental cloudiness that can come with depression. It's important to note that coffee is not a replacement for professional help or therapy. If you're struggling with depression, it's crucial to speak with your doctor or a counselor who can guide you through it. However, coffee can certainly play a supportive role in your daily routine to help improve your mood and make those tough days a little easier to manage. So next time you reach for your cup, take a moment to appreciate the fact that it's not only helping you stay awake, but it's also contributing to your emotional well-being. Whether it's a warm cup of coffee in the morning or an afternoon pick-me-up, it's more than just a habit. It's a small act of self-care. By choosing coffee as part of your daily routine, you're choosing something that can help lift your spirits and make you feel a little brighter. It's a simple pleasure that can do wonders for your mental health, and that's something worth savoring. 5. Protect your heart. As we get older, taking care of our heart becomes more and more important. The heart is the engine that keeps us going, and we need to do everything we can to make sure it stays healthy. What if I told you that something as simple as drinking coffee could actually help protect your heart? Yes, you heard that right. Coffee is not just about getting an energy boost or a warm, comforting beverage to enjoy in the morning. It's also a drink that, when consumed in moderation, has been linked to a lower risk of heart disease. Now, I'm not saying that coffee should replace all the other heart-healthy habits you have, like exercising, eating a balanced diet, and managing stress. But coffee, in its purest form, can actually support your cardiovascular health. Let's take a closer look at how coffee benefits the heart. First, coffee contains powerful antioxidants, which help to fight off harmful free radicals in the body. These free radicals can damage cells and tissues, contributing to inflammation, which is one of the major factors in heart disease. By drinking coffee, you're giving your body a tool to combat this damage and reduce the risk of cardiovascular problems. Coffee also has the ability to improve blood circulation. Studies suggest that moderate coffee consumption can help dilate blood vessels, improving blood flow and lowering the risk of blood clots that can lead to strokes or heart attacks. So, that cup of coffee isn't just waking you up in the morning. It's actively working to support your heart and keep your circulation flowing smoothly. Now, it's also worth mentioning that drinking coffee in moderation is key. Overdoing it can have the opposite effect and lead to increased blood pressure, which is not ideal for your heart health. But when consumed in moderation, your cup of coffee can become a simple yet effective ally in your fight for a healthy heart. So, the next time you enjoy a warm cup of coffee, think about how it's not just giving you a burst of energy, but it's also helping to protect one of the most important organs in your body. It's a small act that can have a big impact on your long-term health. The next time you sip your coffee, take a moment to appreciate the little things you're doing for your heart. Here's to our hearts, to good health, and to the small everyday habits that help protect the most important muscle in our body. But be cautious. There are some major mistakes that can completely undo the benefits of your coffee. 1. Exaggerating the quantity. We've all been there. We wake up feeling tired. Maybe we didn't get a good night's sleep, or we're feeling a little sluggish, and the solution seems simple: just drink more coffee. After all, coffee is known for its energizing effects, right? But here's the catch. Drinking excessive amounts of coffee might not be the best solution, especially as we get older. The temptation to drink more coffee to keep up with our daily tasks is something many of us have fallen for, and it's easy to see why. Coffee gives us that initial burst of energy, helps us focus, and gets us through the day. But when the amount of coffee starts to creep up, it can quickly go from being a helpful boost to becoming a burden on our health. Drinking too much coffee can lead to a number of health issues, especially when it comes to sleep. You might feel energized in the moment, but if you've consumed too much caffeine, it can lead to restlessness, anxiety, and difficulty falling asleep at night. When your body is constantly in a heightened state due to overconsumption of caffeine, it can interfere with your natural sleep patterns. And as you know, sleep is one of the most important things for your overall health, especially as you age. There's also the matter of increased heart rate and blood pressure. While a cup of coffee can give your heart a little jumpstart, drinking too much caffeine can have the opposite effect in the long run. The body can become dependent on the stimulant, leading to potential issues like arrhythmias or high blood pressure. So, while coffee can give you the energy to get through the day, too much can wear down your body and leave you feeling more drained than if you had kept things in moderation. It's important to find a balance when it comes to coffee consumption. For some, 1 or 2 cups of coffee are just enough to kickstart the day without any negative side effects. But when you start drinking coffee excessively, it can lead to issues like dehydration and overstimulation. And let's not forget that caffeine is a mild diuretic, meaning it causes the body to lose water. This can result in you feeling fatigued, sluggish, and even dehydrated if you're not replenishing with enough water. So, next time you reach for that extra cup, ask yourself, do I really need this? Instead of pouring yourself another mug, try to tune in to your body's natural rhythms. It might be telling you that it's time to take a break, drink some water, or even get some fresh air. Moderation is key. A little coffee goes a long way, and by finding that sweet spot, you can still enjoy your cup of coffee while protecting your health. 2. Sugar and coffee. It's almost a reflex, isn't it? A splash of sugar in your coffee to sweeten the deal. For many, it's an essential part of their daily coffee ritual. But when it comes to your health, especially as we age, that little bit of sugar might not be as harmless as it seems. While sugar adds a pleasant sweetness to your cup, it also brings a host of potential health issues when consumed in excess. One of the most immediate concerns is how sugar can impact your blood sugar levels. As we get older, our bodies become less efficient at regulating blood sugar, and constantly adding sugar to your coffee can contribute to fluctuations that may eventually lead to conditions like type 2 diabetes. If you've noticed a change in how your body processes sugar, it could be a good idea to reconsider how much you're adding to your coffee. Even if you don't have diabetes or prediabetes, high sugar intake is linked to other health problems such as weight gain and inflammation. Excessive sugar consumption is notorious for promoting fat storage in the body, which, over time, can increase your risk of cardiovascular disease. As we grow older, maintaining a healthy weight becomes increasingly important to prevent conditions such as heart disease, hypertension, and even some cancers. So, that extra spoonful of sugar may be doing more harm than you realize. It's not just about the immediate impact either. Chronic sugar consumption has been linked to long-term effects on your skin, contributing to wrinkles and sagging as sugar breaks down collagen in the skin. If you care about your skin's health, this is another reason to rethink your sugar habits. And let's not forget about how sugar can affect your energy. Sure, that sugary cup of coffee can give you a temporary boost, but what comes after? Often a sugar crash. This sudden drop in energy can leave you feeling more tired and sluggish than before you had that cup. It's a cycle that's easy to fall into. Highs followed by lows, leaving you reaching for more coffee or sugary snacks to feel better again. So what's the solution? Well, you don't have to eliminate sugar entirely, but cutting back can have significant benefits for your overall health. Opting for natural sweeteners like cinnamon or even stevia can provide a sweet kick without the blood sugar spike. If you find it hard to give up sugar altogether, try gradually reducing the amount. This small change can make a big difference in how you feel and how your body responds to coffee. In the end, coffee is a great beverage, but if you want to enjoy it in a way that benefits your health in the long run, it's best to enjoy it with minimal sugar or without it altogether. Just think of how much more energized and refreshed you'll feel when you drink coffee that's pure and free from the extra sweetness. Not only will your body thank you, but you'll also find that your overall health improves when you're not dependent on that sugar rush. 3. Low-quality coffee. When you think about coffee, what comes to mind? The rich aroma, that comforting warmth, and that boost of energy it gives you to kickstart the day. But have you ever considered what goes into the cup that makes it so enjoyable? Not all coffee is created equal, and the quality of the coffee beans you use can make a huge difference in both the taste and health benefits of your daily brew. As we grow older, our bodies become more sensitive to the foods and drinks we consume. The last thing we need is low-quality coffee, which can actually do more harm than good. You might not realize it, but the coffee you're drinking could be full of pesticides, toxins, and low-grade beans that negatively affect your health. Over time, consuming coffee made from low-quality beans can add unnecessary chemicals to your diet, which in turn may contribute to inflammation, digestive issues, or even more severe health problems. Low-quality coffee is often made from beans that have been grown with pesticides and chemicals. These harmful substances can linger in the coffee, and when consumed regularly, they can contribute to oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress is one of the leading causes of aging, as it accelerates the breakdown of cells and tissues, leading to chronic illnesses and wrinkles. If you're looking to preserve your health and vitality as you age, it's crucial to pay attention to the type of coffee you're consuming. Another issue with low-quality coffee is the taste. When you're drinking coffee that's been poorly processed or made with inferior beans, it's likely going to be harsher on your stomach and your senses. Not only will it not provide the pleasant, satisfying taste you crave, but it can also cause digestive discomfort, acid reflux, or even upset your stomach. If you've been drinking coffee that leaves you with a sour or bitter aftertaste, it could be time to consider switching to a higher quality option. High-quality coffee, on the other hand, is typically made from beans that are organically grown without harmful chemicals. These beans are carefully harvested and processed to maintain their natural flavors and nutrients. By choosing organic coffee, you're not only avoiding harmful toxins but also giving your body the best chance to absorb the antioxidants and health-boosting compounds that coffee is known for. These antioxidants help to fight off inflammation, protect your cells, and support heart health, all of which become even more important as you grow older. If you're ready to elevate your coffee experience, consider switching to organic coffee or beans that are certified fair trade and grown with environmentally friendly practices. The investment in better quality coffee may seem small, but over time, it can improve your overall well-being. And let's not forget that when you drink high-quality coffee, you're also supporting sustainable farming practices and ethical labor practices, which is always a win. So, next time you're at the store, look for coffee that's labeled as organic or high quality. Your body and your taste buds will thank you. By making this simple change, you can ensure that every cup of coffee you enjoy is not only delicious but also nourishing, and you'll be giving yourself a healthier, more enjoyable coffee experience. 4. Coffee in the afternoon. Many of us have experienced the afternoon slump. You know the feeling. After a productive morning, your energy dips, and all you want to do is take a nap. The immediate reaction for many is to grab another cup of coffee, thinking it will give that much-needed boost to get through the rest of the day. But here's something to consider. Drinking coffee in the afternoon might not be the best idea, especially as we get older. As we age, our bodies change in more ways than we realize. One of the most noticeable changes is how our bodies handle caffeine. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, a neurotransmitter that promotes relaxation and sleepiness. It stimulates the central nervous system, giving us that burst of energy. But when you drink coffee in the afternoon, especially after lunch, it can disrupt your natural rhythm and affect your ability to fall asleep later. For older adults, sleep is incredibly important. As we age, our sleep patterns can become more disrupted, and we may experience insomnia or trouble staying asleep. Drinking coffee too late in the day can interfere with your sleep cycle, making it harder for you to wind down and get the restful sleep your body needs. Poor sleep can have a negative impact on everything from cognitive function and mood to physical health, including heart health, blood pressure, and immune function. Now, I understand that coffee has become a beloved ritual, and it's tempting to reach for that cup in the afternoon. But what happens when caffeine disrupts your evening rest? That afternoon pick-me-up could cause your energy to dip even further the next day. Instead of relying on coffee to push through the afternoon, it's better to develop habits that support sustained energy throughout the day. If you're finding that the afternoon slump is getting harder to handle, try adjusting your routine. Instead of that afternoon coffee, consider drinking herbal teas like chamomile or peppermint, which can provide a calming effect and help your digestive system. Or have a small, healthy snack to boost your energy levels without disrupting your sleep later. You can also take a short walk or do some light stretching to get your blood flowing and your energy back up. If coffee is a non-negotiable part of your day, you might want to try switching to a decaffeinated option for that afternoon cup. Decaf still provides the comforting ritual of coffee without the disruptive effects on your sleep. It can be a great alternative to keep that cozy coffee feeling without the downside of losing sleep over it. Remember, it's all about balance. Drinking coffee in moderation, especially earlier in the day, can help you reap its benefits, like improved focus and energy, without sabotaging your night's sleep. So, next time the afternoon slump hits, think twice before reaching for that cup of coffee. Your body will thank you for it in the long run. 5. Paper filters. When brewing coffee, many of us automatically reach for the familiar paper filters. They're convenient, easy to use, and often a staple in the daily routine. However, have you ever thought about what these paper filters might be doing to your coffee and, more importantly, to your health? While paper filters do a great job of filtering out the grounds and leaving you with a smooth cup of coffee, they also remove something important from your brew: compounds known as diterpenes. These compounds, specifically cafestol and coeal, are naturally occurring in coffee beans and have been shown to have potential health benefits. In fact, research suggests that these compounds may play a role in protecting against certain types of cancer and liver disease. But here's the catch. Paper filters, while removing undesirable particles like coffee grounds, also trap these beneficial diterpenes. So, while you may be enjoying a cleaner cup of coffee, you could be missing out on some of the health benefits that come from drinking coffee in its most natural state. As we grow older, it's important to be mindful of the small changes we can make to maximize the health benefits of the foods and drinks we consume. For older adults, ensuring that you're getting the most out of each cup of coffee is more important than ever. If you're looking for a way to boost the potential health benefits of your coffee, you might consider switching to a metal filter, which allows more of those beneficial compounds to pass through. A reusable metal filter or a French press can be a great option. These methods don't filter out the diterpenes, and you get to enjoy a richer, more full-bodied cup of coffee, which could potentially offer more health benefits in the long run. Plus, using a metal filter is more eco-friendly since you won't need to rely on disposable paper filters. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I love how my coffee tastes with the paper filter. That's completely understandable. The flavor and texture can be noticeably different when using a metal filter or French press, and it's all about finding what works best for you. The good news is that you don't have to make a drastic change overnight. You can start by experimenting with different brewing methods and see what feels right for you. If you find that you enjoy the taste and health benefits of ditching paper filters, then it might just become a new favorite part of your coffee routine. Of course, it's not about making one change and expecting miracles. It's about being mindful of your choices and making small adjustments that align with your health goals. Every little change can add up, and over time, it may contribute to a greater sense of well-being. So, the next time you're brewing your coffee, take a moment to think about your filter. Is the paper filter the best option for your health? Or could you explore alternatives that might offer you a bit more? Your coffee ritual doesn't have to be just about the taste. It can also be a simple way to enhance your health and enjoy every sip to its fullest potential. 6. Artificial creamers. For many people, adding a splash of cream or some sweetener is what makes coffee feel truly comforting. It's a familiar ritual, something that turns a simple cup of coffee into a cozy moment of indulgence. But here's the problem. Many of those creamy options we reach for aren't as natural or as healthy as we might think. In fact, many of the artificial creamers on the market are filled with unhealthy additives, artificial flavors, and hydrogenated oils that can have negative long-term effects on our health, especially as we grow older. Artificial creamers often contain trans fats, which are particularly harmful to our heart health. These fats can raise our bad cholesterol levels, lower good cholesterol, and increase the risk of developing heart disease. For older adults, the risk of cardiovascular issues is already higher, so consuming products that contribute to these problems might not be the best choice. If you're aiming to take better care of your body as you age, cutting back on trans fats is one of the best things you can do for your heart. Additionally, many artificial creamers are loaded with sugars and sweeteners. Over time, consuming too much sugar can lead to weight gain, insulin resistance, and a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. For older individuals, managing blood sugar levels becomes even more important, as the body's ability to process sugar can decrease with age. The good news is that you don't have to give up your creamy coffee fix to protect your health. Instead of relying on artificial creamers, there are simple, natural alternatives that can transform your coffee experience without compromising your health. For instance, you can use real cream in moderation, or try plant-based options like almond milk, oat milk, or coconut milk. These choices not only taste delicious but also tend to be much lower in unhealthy additives and sugars. You can even add a dash of cinnamon for extra flavor and health benefits, like reducing blood sugar levels and inflammation. And here's another tip. If you love the rich, creamy texture but want something healthier, try using unsweetened coconut cream or a small amount of grass-fed butter. These options can create a luxurious, velvety cup of coffee without the harmful ingredients found in artificial creamers. Plus, they add beneficial fats that support brain function and heart health, two things that are particularly important as we age. Switching away from artificial creamers might feel like a small change, but it's a change that can have a significant impact on your overall well-being. It's about making choices that nourish your body instead of filling it with unnecessary, potentially harmful chemicals. When you opt for natural, wholesome ingredients, you're not just making your coffee taste better, you're making it work harder for your health. In the end, it's all about making mindful choices that align with your personal health goals. Replacing artificial creamers with healthier alternatives might just be the key to enjoying your coffee in a way that supports your body's needs as you grow older. So next time you're brewing your morning cup, think about how you can elevate it with something a little more natural and nourishing. Your body will thank you for it. 7. Natural ingredients. As you continue your journey of taking care of yourself, there's a simple truth to remember. What you put into your coffee matters. Over the years, we've all grown accustomed to the usual options. Adding sugar, flavored syrups, or maybe a splash of artificial creamer to make our morning cup more enjoyable. But what if I told you that there's a way to make your coffee not just tasty but also beneficial for your health? That's where natural ingredients come in, and when used right, they can turn your coffee from a simple morning pick-me-up into a powerful ally for your body and mind. The beauty of natural ingredients is that they offer so much more than just flavor. Take cinnamon, for example. It's a spice you might have in your kitchen already, and it doesn't just add warmth and depth to your coffee. It has incredible health benefits. Cinnamon is packed with antioxidants, which help combat oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. For those of us in our golden years, fighting inflammation is crucial. Chronic inflammation can lead to a host of age-related issues, like joint pain, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. By adding a dash of cinnamon to your coffee, you're giving your body a natural way to combat these challenges. But that's not all. Cinnamon also helps regulate blood sugar levels, which is particularly important for those who are mindful of their risk for diabetes. As we grow older, our bodies can become less efficient at managing blood sugar, and cinnamon can help stabilize those levels, making it easier for your body to stay balanced. It's a small, simple change that could make a big difference in your health over time. Then there's cocoa powder, another fantastic natural ingredient you can add to your coffee. Cocoa has more than just a delightful taste. It's loaded with antioxidants and has been shown to improve heart health by reducing the risk of heart disease. For those of us getting a bit older, taking care of the heart becomes even more important. Adding a spoonful of pure, unsweetened cocoa powder to your coffee doesn't just give it a chocolatey kick. It's a way of nourishing your heart, too. Plus, cocoa can help boost mood and support brain health, making it a perfect addition to your morning routine. These ingredients, cinnamon and cocoa, are just the beginning. There are other options you can experiment with, like adding a little turmeric for its anti-inflammatory properties, or even a spoonful of honey for a more natural sweetness. When you choose natural ingredients for your coffee, you're not just enhancing its flavor. You're choosing to make your cup of coffee a nourishing, health-boosting experience rather than a sugar-filled, artificial indulgence. Incorporating these natural ingredients into your coffee doesn't require a lot of extra effort. A sprinkle of cinnamon, a spoonful of cocoa, or a drizzle of honey. These small, simple additions can transform your coffee into something truly beneficial. And as you get older, it's these kinds of thoughtful choices that can have a lasting impact on your health, making sure that every sip not only wakes you up but also supports your well-being. So next time you reach for your morning cup, think about what you can add to make it healthier. Whether it's a dash of cinnamon or a spoonful of cocoa, remember that natural ingredients can do wonders for your body. It's a small change, but one that can help you feel better from the inside out. 8. Caffeine sensitivity. As we continue to grow older, it becomes even more important to listen to the signals our bodies send us. One of the most common things we often overlook is how our body reacts to caffeine. When we were younger, we could easily handle a few cups of coffee in the morning without any noticeable side effects. But as time passes, our tolerance to caffeine changes. What once was an energy booster may now lead to insomnia, jitters, or a rapid heartbeat. And these symptoms are your body's way of telling you it might be time to reconsider how much caffeine you're consuming. Caffeine sensitivity is different for everyone, and it's crucial to recognize how it affects your body, especially as you get older. For some, a single cup of coffee can be enough to keep them feeling awake and alert, while others might feel jittery or anxious, even after a small amount of caffeine. You've probably noticed this change as you've gotten older, and it's important to be aware of the signals your body is giving you. If you're experiencing discomfort like insomnia, anxiety, or a racing heart after drinking coffee, this might be a sign that you need to reassess your caffeine intake. I've been there too. For years, I enjoyed multiple cups of coffee every day, thinking it was harmless. But over time, I began to notice changes. I found myself tossing and turning at night, unable to sleep. I would feel irritable for no reason, and sometimes I had a constant headache that wouldn't go away. My heart rate would pick up and I'd feel out of control, all because I had too much caffeine. These were my body's warning signs, telling me that my caffeine intake needed to be adjusted. If you're dealing with any of these symptoms, it's important to listen to your body. It doesn't mean coffee is bad, but it does mean that moderation is key. Cutting back on the number of cups you drink each day can make a huge difference. And if you find that even a small amount of caffeine disrupts your sleep or makes you feel anxious, you might want to consider switching to decaffeinated coffee, which still offers the flavor and ritual of your favorite drink, but without the negative side effects. Another important aspect is the timing of your coffee consumption. Drinking coffee later in the day can disrupt your sleep, especially if you're more sensitive to caffeine. If you're someone who struggles with falling asleep at night, it might be worth considering a no-caffeine policy afternoon. This simple change can improve your sleep quality and leave you feeling more rested and energized the next day. Being mindful of your caffeine sensitivity is not about completely eliminating coffee from your life. It's about balance. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can enjoy your coffee without it negatively affecting your health. The goal is to make coffee work for you, not against you. As we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to many things, including caffeine. So, by paying attention to how coffee affects you personally, you can continue to enjoy your cup of joe without the uncomfortable side effects. Remember, it's all about moderation, timing, and knowing your limits. 9. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Drinking coffee first thing in the morning is a habit many of us have. It's comforting, and that warm cup feels like the perfect way to kickstart the day. But if you've ever found yourself feeling jittery, uneasy, or even experiencing stomach discomfort after that first cup, you may be unknowingly causing harm to your body. The truth is, drinking coffee on an empty stomach can do more damage than good, especially as we get older. Coffee is an acidic beverage, and when consumed on an empty stomach, it can irritate the lining of your stomach. The high levels of acidity stimulate the production of gastric acid, which, without food to absorb it, can lead to discomfort. This discomfort might include nausea, a burning sensation in your stomach, or even bloating. If you're prone to digestive issues like gastritis or acid reflux, drinking coffee on an empty stomach can make these conditions even worse. Over time, this habit can contribute to serious stomach issues, and no one wants to start their day that way. I've personally experienced how hard it can be to break the habit of reaching for that cup as soon as I wake up. Seems harmless, right? But once I started paying attention to how my stomach felt after drinking coffee on an empty stomach, I realized how much discomfort it caused me. I'd find myself feeling a bit queasy or experiencing heartburn. It wasn't until I started adding something light to my breakfast, like a piece of fruit or some whole grain toast, that I began to feel better. Starting your day with something gentle on your stomach, like a light snack, not only protects your digestive system but also ensures you can enjoy your coffee without the discomfort. You'll still get the caffeine boost you love, but this time, you won't be adding unnecessary stress to your stomach. When you add something small and nutritious before your coffee, like a handful of nuts, some yogurt or a banana, it helps absorb the acid and sets a good foundation for the rest of your day. It's a simple adjustment that can make a world of difference. I know it can feel like a sacrifice. Who wants to wait to have their coffee? But this small change allows you to enjoy it without the potential consequences, and it gives your stomach the time it needs to settle before you dive into the caffeine. As we grow older, we become more in tune with what our bodies need and how they react to things. By listening to your body and taking the time to nourish it first thing in the morning, you can continue to enjoy your cup of coffee in a way that supports your health. A small change, like eating something light before your coffee, can have a positive impact on your comfort level throughout the day. So, if you find yourself reaching for your coffee as soon as you wake up, consider trying something different. Give your stomach some time to adjust, and you may find that you can enjoy your morning coffee even more. It's about finding balance and understanding what works best for your body, especially as we age. 10. Staying hydrated when drinking coffee. Staying hydrated is one of those things we often overlook, especially when we're busy, and our favorite cup of coffee becomes our go-to source of energy to power through the day. But here's the thing. While coffee may feel like it's giving us a boost, it also has a sneaky side effect. Coffee acts as a mild diuretic, which means it can cause your body to lose more fluid than usual. As a result, it can leave you feeling more drained, tired, and less focused as the day progresses. You may not realize it, but even though coffee is a liquid, it can dehydrate you if you're not careful. This is particularly important as we grow older, when our bodies become less efficient at retaining water, and staying hydrated becomes even more crucial. If you're drinking coffee throughout the day, it's easy to forget that it's not providing you with the hydration your body needs. The more cups you drink, the more you're inadvertently encouraging your body to lose water, which can lead to things like fatigue, headaches, or even difficulty concentrating. I've experienced this myself. The moment I started drinking more water alongside my coffee, the difference was undeniable. For a long time, I used coffee as my main source of fluid intake, but I started noticing I wasn't feeling as energized as I used to. I felt mentally foggy and sluggish, and it wasn't until I began making a conscious effort to drink more water that I started to feel more balanced. Here's a simple practice you can adopt. Try alternating each cup of coffee with a glass of water. This not only helps counteract the dehydrating effects of coffee, but also ensures you stay hydrated, which is essential for your overall well-being. You can even try drinking a glass of water before your coffee in the morning. It helps rehydrate your body after a night's sleep and prepares you for your cup of coffee. Staying hydrated is not just about feeling less tired. It's about supporting your body's ability to function at its best. Water plays a key role in digestion, regulating body temperature, and keeping your skin looking fresh and healthy. It's something we often take for granted. But as we age, our hydration needs become more important than ever. When we drink coffee and forget to hydrate, we set ourselves up for feeling exhausted, drained, and even a bit off balance. It doesn't have to be this way. With a few mindful adjustments, you can enjoy your coffee and still take care of your hydration needs. So next time you reach for your favorite brew, remember to drink some water with it. Your body will thank you. As we get older, our sleep patterns often change, and it's not unusual to find ourselves lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, unable to get that restful sleep we once took for granted. Many of us turn to coffee for its stimulating effects, hoping it will keep us alert and focused during the day. However, one thing that might be contributing to sleepless nights is our coffee habit, especially if it's consumed later in the day. Caffeine is a powerful stimulant, and when you drink coffee, it can stay in your system for hours, disrupting your ability to fall asleep. I've personally come to realize this after struggling with insomnia myself. I used to have my last cup of coffee in the afternoon, thinking it would help me power through the day, but it would often leave me tossing and turning at night. If I had been more mindful of when I was drinking my coffee, I would have avoided that restless feeling that kept me from getting a good night's sleep. As we grow older, the way our bodies process caffeine can change. Our metabolism may slow down, and the half-life of caffeine, the time it takes for your body to eliminate half of the caffeine, can become longer. This means that even if you have coffee in the afternoon or evening, it might still be in your system when it's time for bed, making it much harder to unwind and drift off to sleep. This is why it's important to be aware of your coffee consumption, especially later in the day. If you're finding that you're having trouble sleeping, consider switching to decaffeinated coffee or herbal teas that are naturally free from caffeine in the late afternoon or evening. A small change like this can help improve your sleep quality and help you avoid the frustration of sleepless nights. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up your coffee completely. Far from it. I'm a big fan of coffee myself, but I've learned to respect its limits, especially when it comes to timing. I find that enjoying a cup of coffee in the morning is the best way to experience its full benefits without interfering with my sleep. After all, coffee is meant to be an energizing, mood-boosting treat, not something that prevents you from getting the rest your body needs. It's important to listen to your body. If you find that coffee is keeping you up at night, don't be afraid to make adjustments to your routine. Try to enjoy your cup of coffee earlier in the day so that by the time evening rolls around, your body has had time to process the caffeine. This way, you can still enjoy the comforting ritual of coffee without sacrificing your quality of sleep. The key takeaway here is simple. If you're struggling with insomnia or disturbed sleep, think about when you're drinking your coffee and how it might be affecting your rest. A few small changes can make a big difference. And with better sleep, you'll be able to enjoy your coffee with more energy, focus, and vitality the next day. Drinking coffee can be more than just a simple morning ritual. It can be an act of self-care, a moment where you nourish your body, mind, and soul. By paying attention to how coffee affects your body and making small adjustments to your routine, you can maximize its benefits without the negative side effects. From choosing the right beans, being mindful of your caffeine intake, to making sure you stay hydrated throughout the day, every step counts in making coffee a truly wholesome experience. Remember, it's not just about how you drink your coffee, but also how you care for your body before and after. Whether it's by adding natural ingredients, being mindful of your caffeine sensitivity, or simply hydrating properly, each choice you make contributes to your overall well-being. We've all come to love coffee for the energy and comfort it brings, but now we know that it can also support our health in more ways than we ever realized. So, as you enjoy that next cup, know that you're not just drinking something to wake up. You're making a conscious decision to care for yourself, your body, and your health. Keep experimenting with what works best for you, and take it slow, enjoy the process. In the end, it's not about cutting out coffee, but about enhancing the way we drink it for a better, healthier life. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Stay mindful, stay healthy, and continue to enjoy your coffee in the best way possible.